buy some stock. I've been talking to you guys a lot about you don't have to invest but $1 on the stock market. And this is the thing. So with Robinhood, I don't trade on Robinhood. I don't even invest on Robinhood. But I had some free stocks, and when I get free stocks, I just let that shit total up, and then I transfer them out. But I got another free stock, and instead of transferring it out, I just sold the stock the other day. So it's like $4 and some change sitting on there. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna pick three or maybe four to pay $1 for. So I can show you guys exactly what it looks like when you hit trade, you hit buy, hit $1, and you actually buy a stock, okay, for $1 dollar. All right, so we're going to go to Robinhood and we're going to do that. Of course, you can do that on any platform that allows you to do partial shares. And partial or fractional shares is just if the stock is 250, you get a fraction of those shares for just investing a smaller amount than what that actual share cost is. All right, bet. Let's get into it. We are going to pick four stocks. Now you see we got $4 and what 25 cents over here, okay? So I probably should have sold maybe two before transferring them all out, but hey, whatever. We're gonna do this for. All right. So what we're gonna do is we are going to go to Apple. I'm gonna do a high, mid, and low level so you can see the difference in the fraction of the shares. Okay. So as you see, Apple is $201. 201. So we put $1 into this dang shit. We finna get fraction, fraction, fraction. Okay, so we're gonna go down here to trade and we're gonna hit buy. All right, we're going to do $1. Okay, now look at this. We put $1 into a $201 stock. That gives us 0.00497 share. I mean, look, it's low, but it's cool because the main thing is that we're getting into investing. Okay, so this just shows you it only takes $1. So we are going to swipe this thing up to submit, and boom, we just got ourselves a stock. Simple as that. So we did Apple. Apple was a higher one. Now we're going to look at some dividend paying stocks. Now I talked to you about dividends because if you're going to be investing $1, $5, $20, or a very small fraction of a share, get a dividend paying stock because what this allows you to do is to get paid for simply holding shares. And just because you have such a small amount, you just simply will get a fraction of the dividend. So if a dividend is $2.50 on the payout, you're not going to get that full 250. You're going to get a fraction based on how many shares you have or how many fractional shares. Hope that makes sense. All right, now let's go to our next stop. Now, let's go cancel that. All right, now we're going to look at dividend paying stock, and we're going to go to McDonald's. We're going to go somewhere that everyone likes to be big they back. All right, now we're going to be working on unbigging backs, but we're going to focus on some stocks that also pay out dividends. All right, so Apple is a dividend paying stock, by the way. Okay, so we're going to do another one with McDonald's. McDonald's is $315 at this very moment. Okay, 100 plus higher than Apple, so that means our fractional shares are going to be lower. All right, we're going to go to trade. We're going to hit buy. We're going to hit $1. $1 gets us 0.00316 of the share. Okay, it's a dividend paying stock. I expect my 1 cent McDonald's when I'm getting this. Okay, so regardless of what that dividend is, the more you put in, the more you can see on your fractional shares if you don't have enough to buy the full share. Now we're gonna swipe this thing up. We just got our second stock. Okay, so we're gonna go over. Let's see, what's another one? We got Johnson and Johnson. We're gonna invest in baby oil. J and J. Probably gonna have to take that thing out. Let's see, Johnson and Johnson. Okay, so Johnson and Johnson is $153.57. Okay, so if we get $1 of that, we're gonna go to trade. We're gonna go to buy. We're gonna hit $1, and that's going to give us 0.00651 in fractional shares. Okay, and we're going to swipe that thing up, and we just got our third stock. Now this is the thing too. I say I'm going to do kind of, the mid. Those three are all dividend paying stocks. Our very last one, we are going to do SoFi. Okay, so SoFi is $12.83. I've been investing and trading in SoFi for a while. I'm talking about since this thing was a couple of dollars. Okay, so with this one being $12, which is not in the hundreds, not even $50 right now, not even $20, we will see a much higher fractional share of this. Now, SoFi does not pay out dividends, okay? But it's just one of those stocks that I like to personally invest in as a growth stock because of the pretty much the what it is. Okay, so we're gonna actually talk about SoFi quite a bit. It's one of those ones that is definitely a long-term investment stock. So we'll get into that later. All right. So let's buy this thing really quickly. So we're gonna go to trade. We're gonna go to buy. We got $1.25. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get $1.25. I'm gonna see if it do it because sometimes with Robinhood, I think it like kind of shoots it up a little bit, so you might not be able to do the full 125. But let me see. Okay, it might. So with $1.25, we will get 0.09743 shares. Okay, that's much higher in share terms than we did with McDonald's, Johnson and Johnson, and the other. Okay, so we're gonna swipe that thing up for submit, and we officially just bought 4 shares for $4.25. Okay, so we got 3 that are dividend paying stocks, and then we have the other, okay, which is just one that we just simply have right now, right? So that right there is just how simple it is to buy shares, okay, or just invest in stocks. It's nothing to it. That's all it is to it. The only thing is that when you're investing in something, you just have to be willing to let it sit. Let's just be 100. We can't expect too much from a dollar from those shares, but if you are getting dividends, okay, so you got $1. Let's just say at the end of the year, you might have it may go up some. The stock may start increasing, so you see the value of that $1 investment increasing on top of you getting dividends. On top of you adding to it, that shit adds up. So with that, now with Robinhood, you can get. I'm gonna post my Robinhood link somewhere, so you can get your very first share free so that on top of whatever you decide you may want to invest, you also have a free share. But that's if you haven't already signed up. Okay, so you can click that link wherever I might post this video or find it somewhere. Um, and you get your very first stock free. But overall, Webull, Robinhood, Stash, Fidelity, um, pretty much all the platforms have allowed partial and fractional shares. Some other platforms may have their own requirements, whereas you may have to get $5 worth, or it depends on how much that stock costs. That you may have to put a little bit more into it. But for the most part, as well as Cash App, hell, you can invest as little as $1 on Cash App into the stock market. Wherever you feel comfortable doing it, do it. But there is no better time to begin to start your investing journey. I know everybody is not a trader where you're trading options, you're trading futures, or day trading. I know that shit ain't for everybody, and that's absolutely okay. But that does not mean you don't have to invest. All right. So that was that. I hope this helped some of you who may be new to investing on the stock market, don't quite know how to buy or what you need to do. That was just that. Okay. So, if you got any questions, of course, feel free to ask, and make sure you plan on letting your investments sit. There's no way for it to grow, and no way for you to get an understanding of how the game of investing works unless you're willing to let it sit and let it grow. Okay, the name of the game is patience. So just because you see your investment go down a few dollars, you have to understand that shit is going to go back up eventually, unless just some catastrophic event happens with that particular company and it just goes shooting down. And in my opinion, me personally, depending on what it is and what the event is, I might be buying. Like I did a lot of stock buying across Webull, across my Merrill Lynch account. I mean, I was just buying crazy when a lot of these stocks that I've been holding for a while went down. I was buying up. Okay. And sometimes once you get comfortable with it and full understanding, you'll understand why buying into a lot of these dips are going to be important. Okay. Because that's where the money is made, in the dips and when that shit push back up. So I hope this video helped. I hope from this point you get on your investment journey. Feel free to let me know what stocks you decided to buy and what dividend stocks you decided to select. And if you want to share how much you did, then cool. If not, just let me know how much you put in. So I'll see you guys in the next one.